What's good, YouTube? It's Santana, Jay, Jackson, Jerry, whatever you want to call me. I just got out of the shower, so about to look crazy, that's probably why. But just felt like sharing some wisdom, words of motivation, things like that today. Yeah. So a lot of people complain that they're not where they want to be in life and not happy with their current circumstances and just want to improve themselves, but a lot of people aren't actively doing something to improve themselves and improve their life to get where they want to be. A lot of people just complain and say life is against them or they can't do this or can't do that, where it's definitely not the case. It's just most people aren't as engaged and really want to change themselves as they believe they are, or believe they want to rather. And so, yeah, a lot of us claim we want to become the best version of ourselves, but aren't really doing anything to get to that point. And so, it starts within, it starts with yourself. A lot of us look at how other people live their lives or how other people view us and take that as how we gauge how we are or who we are as a person. And so, as far as wanting to better ourselves and do better with ourselves, first step really, it comes with acknowledging what it is you want to change or how you want to better yourself or better your life, and taking the right actions and precautions to better that. So if I think I'm out of shape, what do I need to do? I need to go work out, I need to get in the gym, I need to do something. And so that's what a lot of people do. They say, oh, I'm fat, I'm this, I'm that. But you're not changing anything about your daily habits or anything that you do regularly to counteract that. It's just, oh, I'm fat. And then 20 minutes later, we're going to eat ice cream and donuts and stuff like that. It's like, it makes no sense. You're saying one thing, but your actions aren't reflecting. I think oftentimes we overcomplicate things. It's like, how do I get in shape? The answer to your question is in your question. Get in shape. People like, oh, it's not that easy, it's not that simple. It is. It definitely is. It's really that simple. Now, as far as what you have to do may not be that simple, but if you say, how do I start a clothing brand? You start by starting the clothing brand. It builds up from that point of what your question is and what you want to do with yourself. And so, a lot of us, we have things that we want to change and things that we want to do, but to get there, we're taking 10 steps back and just complaining that we're not 20 steps forward. And that's the wrong way to go about things. So a lot of us look at how others view us, as I said earlier, versus looking at who we are and what we want to be and how we can change ourselves from the inside, if that's what we want to do, if we're not genuinely happy with ourselves. I think a lot of us just look at how others view us and what others think of us versus how we think of ourselves. And when you start thinking about how others view you or what they say about you, and you start saying it to yourself in your own head, that's when you start believing it. So if somebody says, oh, you're ugly, it might not hurt you at first, but then you go home and you think about it, you're like, yeah, I'm ugly. And now that you're saying it in your voice, now you're starting to believe it. And it's the same with positive affirmations. If you tell yourself you can accomplish anything or you can do anything in your voice, your body and your mental believes that. And so you start to accomplish, you start to feel that, and you start to develop those habits and those attitudes because you're telling yourself positive things. It works the same with negative. And so, like I said, a lot of us complain that we're not where we want to be and we do nothing but down talk ourselves. But if you start to talk positively and highly of yourself and think about where you want to be, how you would act, the things you would say, the things you would do, the things you would wear, who you would be around, things like that, you start to really think about that, you'll start to motivate yourself and your whole life will change and things will start to become different for who you are and what you do and what you want to do. And so, let's say you want to be a CEO of a company. And if I say, how would you sit if you're a CEO of a company? Of course, you would change your posture. You would sit up, you would do something, you would, you wouldn't sit the same way slouching like you would be the CEO of a company. If I said, what would you wear? Would that be what you're wearing now, what you're wearing currently? The people you're hanging around, would those be the same people that you're hanging around? I doubt it. I highly doubt it. So it just comes with you thinking about it physically and mentally and putting yourself in that place, in that mind frame. And when you start to do that, then everything else falls in line and it just starts to become reality. The more you think about it, the more you can do it. As I said, we put ourselves down, that does nothing but keep us down. But the moment you start thinking positively of yourself and believing you can achieve what you said not to achieve, then that's when it becomes reality. And then at that point, you're moving towards, if you're not already there, to where you want to become. And like I said, I think it was Kevin Hart said it. He said, I don't have to beat anyone else. It's not verbatim, but he said, I don't have to beat anyone else. If I wake up every day and I beat myself, then I'm moving towards my goals. So the only person you have to beat every day is yourself. If yesterday you only did 2 push-ups, today you get up and do 3. If yesterday you had some ice cream, challenge yourself not today to not eat ice cream. Like I said, it all comes with bettering yourself. It starts with you. It doesn't start with anybody else but you. So if you really want to accomplish something and change your life and for the better of who you are. Personally, I feel like manifestation is a real thing. People will be like, oh, just because you say it can't happen or it won't happen. But it can. Because the more you put that positive energy in the air, somehow, some way, it starts to form and come towards you. Like I was saying, if all you do is down yourself, all you're gonna do is feel depressed. But if you tell yourself, well, I'm gonna have a good day, I'm gonna have a good week, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, then you start to feel better internally. Because your body can't differentiate between good thoughts and bad thoughts. It really can't. But anyway, once you tell yourself that what you're gonna do is gonna be positive, your actions will reflect that. And then internally, your body's like, oh, okay. And then things in your life start to change and start to move in that direction. But it starts with positive affirmations and really uplifting yourself and being who you want to be and thinking positive of yourself and highly of yourself each and every day. Like I said, you can't go into every day thinking, oh, it's going to be a bad day. Every time you think, I got to do this, I got to do that, normally your day turns out to be a bad day, or even sometimes you're like, oh, it wasn't as bad as I thought. But like I said, if you start up with a positive mind frame and think it's going to be a good day to start out, normally your day is always going to be good. So that's why I just believe the more we speak positively, the more positive things will reflect in our lives and our actions, and life will become much easier and much better. On the flip side, a lot of people are so comfortable and complacent with their current space and current situation, and when you learn to live comfortably, your life will be hard. But when you live to be uncomfortable, your life will become easy. If you put yourself in positions and predicaments where you typically wouldn't be, in a good way. Let's say normally you don't work out, or you don't do this, or you don't do that. In long term, it's not going to do anything but affect you negatively. But when you start to do positive things for yourself and changing who you are, your attitude, your mindset, your mind frame, your physical, your mental, then that's when your life down the road become easier. So let's say, put yourself in positions where you wouldn't normally do things, challenge yourself to do the good. You don't like eating salads because it tastes bad or whatever. Challenge yourself to do that, and in the long term, it'll benefit you versus just eating terrible foods all day. And like I say, everything good in life comes with hard work, or it's not as pleasant and as easy as the negative things we do in our life. It's easy to be bad, easy to do negative things in life, but it's actually a challenge to do something positive and do something good with our life. And that's just how life is, and that's just odd, but that's just really how it is. So when you start to live uncomfortably, that's when your body and mind frame and everything starts to challenge itself. It starts to put you in a mind frame to where you're able to achieve more and accomplish more, because you're working towards challenging your body and yourself to do and accomplish things that you haven't been able to before, which is possible. You can accomplish anything you want to. You just have to really step forward and really challenge yourself to do so. So yeah, that's pretty much all I had to say for now. For this moment, this word of advice, becoming the best version of yourself. Probably be episode 1. Might continue this every so often, however, when I feel like coming on here and talking. But Hope you guys have a good rest of your day, and peace out.